I ain't making no threats. I'm making promises.
Dang.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Defensive lineman, Tim Sutherland. Look, we're coming to Arrowhead. I'm not making no threats. I'm making promises. Shady McCoy, are the Texans disrespecting Patrick Mahomes?
Yes. And I know his coach, D'Amico Ryans, who I know very well, when he heard this, he said, what are you doing?
Yeah, he didn't like that.
I mean, and you know what I hate about trash talkers? Who's doing the trash talking? I can't even curse. Who is this guy? He's been in the league for 7, 8 years. He's got like 14 starts, and you want to talk about Patrick Mahomes? 14. Before you see his face, did y'all know who the hell this guy was? Be honest.
I didn't.
Right. I'd heard of his name, but didn't.
I've never heard of his name, ever. Anyway, let's not make it about him. Let's make it about the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is, they don't want to see Patrick Mahomes. Who does, right? At their worst, you see what he does. He wins championships. But it's crazy because I was on the 2019 team when we won the championship. But before the championship, we were in the playoffs, and we played the Texans, right? And it wasn't close at first.
Yeah.
On their end, they was winning.
24-0, right?
And then they started doing a little talk, a little chatter. I was like, oh, okay. And then Mahomes said, enough's enough. And then what happened? Was it a close game after that, Chase?
No, sir.
We blew them out.
No, sir.
That was the last meaningful game that the Texans played the Chiefs, bro. I don't understand. Why do you want to
5 years ago.
get the best player in the league upset? Right?
I'm here for it.
You here for that?
I love it. Because here's what people don't often realize, and I was thinking about this morning, want to break this down for y'all in case you've never heard what I'm about to share. Oftentimes, players verbally are just a reflection of their coach. Players repeat externally what the coach says internally. A coach says something in the locker room, the players go out and say it publicly. Now, more often than not, players, you're not supposed to actually say it. We start every show with offensive meetings, with defensive meetings. Quite literally, in a pro football facility, coaches will have an offensive or defensive meeting, and they will reiterate a point. Then a player will get asked a question by a media member, and the player is supposed to water down the point that the coach said. Hey, we about to, if James Jones come across the middle, we taking his goddamn head off. Hey, Emmanuel, you afraid of James Jones this week? No, we really respect James Jones. He's a talented receiver. He's great with his hands, real good hands catcher. Don't let him beat. He'll beat you with speed now. He acts very mild, man. In the meeting, hey, if you see 89 come across the, smack it. Smack his So what this Tim Settle character, to Shady's point, he is an unforeseen messenger because more often than not, if you would have asked another different type of player, they wouldn't have said the message.
Like a better player that we know who is?
Just a more veteran quoted player. They wouldn't have said the message. Not to say that's not the message. Exactly right. So what I like about it is the message that the player said, Tim Settle, that's what D'Amico, that's what the whole defense, that's what Stingley, that's what Ward, that's what Daniil Hunter, that's what Will Anderson. They all saying the same thing. Settle's just the one that made it public. I'm here for all of it. So no disrespect.
You think it's disrespect?
I think it's the truth.
And what they're saying in the
truth. Truff. Truth.
There's no doubt that they're saying that in the meeting room. But I didn't take this as disrespecting Mahomes. More so is they're disrespecting the offensive line for the Chiefs. Because let's be real, the Chiefs' offensive line has not played well this year. I went back and watched their last 4 games and just looked at the passes and looked at the protection. My guy, Patrick Mahomes, is dropping back, and the second his foot hits the back of his drop, he's having to scramble. Like, he's facing pressure at a rate he's never really had before. He has 102 hits this year, which is the most in his career. Already 35 sacks this year, which is career high in sacks. And they still got 3 games left. So for me, it's one of those things where you look at this, sorry guys, where you look at this and it's one of those things that it surprised me that when he said it, I'm good, thanks, Doug.
Some water?
Sorry about that. But it's one of those, I was surprised when he said it. And to your point, it's definitely what D'Amico's saying. That offensive line has to figure out a way to protect Patrick Mahomes. And it's not just the left tackle situation where they've had 4 guys. Now Joe Thuney's out there playing it. It's a revolving door of guys. So you got to be able to protect them. And look, the Texans are 2nd in sacks. They're 10th in pressures, and they're 4th in total yards per game. This is one of the better defenses Patrick Mahomes has played. So I don't disagree with what he said. I think it's just who said it and how he said it.
You don't know something's disrespectful until the person says it out loud. You know what I mean?
Elaborate on that, Jay.
If it's in-house, and like you said, Acho, if it's in-house and you talking with your teammates, hey, this is what we're going to do. We know the offensive line weak. We know Patty is on a Weak ankle? We know he ain't that mobile. We coming to get him. But once you say it out loud, it's disrespectful to the best player in the world. And that is how Patrick Mahomes is going to take it. Okay. This is how y'all really feeling. This is what y'all think. Okay, we got something for y'all. So I remember playing with Aaron Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers was prime time. And whenever somebody did the belt in Lambeau,
Discount double check.
different dude. Oh, all right. Get in the huddle. Hey, look, it's time to go. So you giving this fuel to the fire with Patty, you better be ready to go out here and cash these checks, man, because it's about to go down. Why poke the bear, dog? I will never come up to the media and say, Darrelle Revis can't hold me. Who he think he? I don't think he can, but I'm going to keep that to JJ. you know what I'm saying?
Here's when I would poke the bear. If the bear injured, that's why.
But why poke an injured bear? That's my thing, because he's fighting for his life now.
If the bear is injured, I'm poking it. Because, again, as a defensive player, and defensively, I've sat in these meeting rooms, obviously. You hoping, and we'll talk more about this later, you hoping and praying Patrick Mahomes plays. Because what's disrespectful is trotting out a maligned Patrick Mahomes versus my defense.
Acho.
That's what's disrespectful.
Acho.
You really want to roll a gimpy Patrick Mahomes out here when 2 consecutive weeks we've sent players to the hospital.
Acho.
2 consecutive weeks. The Houston Texans haven't let you leave on foot. You've left on a cart. So bring gimpy Patrick Mahomes out here. He can start the game healthy. He's not going to end the game healthy. To me, that's what's disrespectful.
My brother Acho, you sound like you on the Texans.
You sound like you trying to suit up for D'Amico.
Number two, you acting like you have not seen Patrick Mahomes go win a Super Bowl on a bum ankle.
22.
My man won a Super Bowl on one ankle.
Against a really good defense.
A Super Bowl on a bum ankle. Like, went into the playoffs, ankle ain't healthy.
Divisional round, yep.
Bop, 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 red confetti.
Red banners.
What are they talking about? Go out there on the football field and handle your business. Stop playing with Patrick Mahomes. Leave Patrick Mahomes alone, man.
James, that's a timid approach. I remember, Shady, remind me if this was your year. Andy, you might need help here. The Chiefs were playing the Browns. Mac Wilson smacks Pat. Smacks him. Pat got to leave the game. It may have been a concussion. It may have been something. Andy, help me out off camera, please. Smacks Pat. Next thing you know, Brittany Mahomes is tweeting like that was a dirty hit, or Mahomes' mom's tweeting that was a dirty. Pat can get hit too now.
I'm not saying he can't get hit.
Pat can, you can lay these hands on him and not to pray. He can get hit too now. So if you are the Houston Texans, you're not sitting here all reverence to Patrick Mahomes, especially not if you're that Texans defense.
Are the Texans, are they like that?
Defensively, yes.
Their defense is.
They really are.
Oh, they lose a lot to be so good on defense.
9-5.
I don't know. When I watch them play, I'm not this. The way y'all talking about these guys, they like world beaters.
The defense is nice.
I don't know. They lose, though.
They do.
But this defense y'all keep talking about, they lose.
Sure.
Right? Pat,
5
don't
losses.
lose. Pat, bad ankle, bad line. Y'all keep talking about the line so bad. They winning, though.
Bad.
I know they real bad, right? They winning. So I just don't, it's just hard for me to like really kind of like calculate this argument, because it's like this, like the Texans is talking to Patrick Mahomes. Talk to like Travis Kelce. Talk to one of these other, you talking to Pat? Pat's the type of dude where he can win with anybody. He can win with any situation, hurt or not hurt. We've seen it over and over again. And you gonna talk to Patrick Mahomes?
But Shady, I'm not.
All right.
For me,
That's a
it's
bad
not
idea,
about,
dog.
For me, it's not even about winning the game. As right now, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes left the field last week hurt. Left the field
he didn't
gimpy.
come back in.
So what he's simply saying is like, look, Patrick Mahomes, play if you want to.
He's going to play.
Play, play. All right, bet. Play if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And we've all been in them situations before where you know you're going up against a linebacker or something, and he had a bum ankle. It's like, oh, you suiting up this week? You going to try me and you hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. Play if you want to.
I just think it's the dude, though.
I think it's a dude, but I think it's what Acho was saying earlier. That, like, it's D'Amico Ryan saying, we have a very big, opportunity against this offensive line where we are second in the league in sacks. And I think it was D'Amico trying to, like, get his guys. I just think the guy saying it and how he said it, honestly, like, I don't even know if Mahomes is going to care. Like, Mahomes is so worried.
Mahomes won't care.
But he's so worried about what he's doing and trying to play. Like, you don't think other people have said this before, like said stuff like this before about Mahomes and about the Chiefs, like, oh, we're going to get your best shot, the Bengals and Joe Burrow, Burrowhead, like all that stuff. Like, you know how it ends. It ends with Mahomes winning.
Yeah, but Mahomes type of dude playing with Mahomes, he's one of the best leaders and professional players you're gonna be around. Professionalism for him is like this real thing.
Yeah.
And when I say that, as in like on the media, he says all the right stuff. You get in that locker room, yeah, y'all heard what he said. It's time to go. That's how he is, though. So all this playing around, blah, blah, he hear this.
Is it because of the messenger? Because I've told this story before, not what you hear, Chase. We were playing the Seattle Seahawks. It was 2014. I'm doing my pregame routine. I would take the first bus. There are 2 buses. The first bus puts you at the stadium, I think, 2 hours early.
Bus 1, 3.
3 hours early. The second bus puts you at the stadium 2 hours early. So I'm taking the first bus. I'm doing my thing. I take a lap around the field. That was my routine. I would go to the 50. I would make all the checks. I would go through all the play calls. I'd go with the assistant linebacker coach, do the routine. I'm jogging around the field before the Seahawks game, and next thing I hear is somebody jogging behind me. I keep jogging. I hear.
Who behind me?
I turn around and see Cam Chancellor. I know Cam.
Yeah.
Cam, what up, baby? Hey, tell Macklin not to come across the middle.
Yeah. So I know you.
Off goes Cam.
I know you told Macklin.
I didn't. Shady told me I should have told him. I didn't tell him. I say that to say, like, does the messenger matter? Because when Cam said that, that's not disrespectful. That's facts. You know Cam is a killer.
100%.
Like Cam was actually giving me a warning, like, hey, if Macklin comes across the middle, it will not be good for him or his health.
Yeah.
Is it matter, Shay? Is it because it's Tim Settle? Like, say Derek Stingley would have said it. Say Daniil Hunter, 100-sack Daniil Hunter would have said it. Say Will Anderson, defensive, I think, rookie of the year last year, would have said it. Say Azeez Al-Shaair, what would have said it?
Well, none of these guys can really, like, amount to Mahomes. So none of these guys should really say anything. But I will say this, though. They're not going to say that.
Yeah.
Stingley not going to say that. Stingley don't want Patrick Mahomes upset and mad and ready to go. He don't want that. The real players that's really balling, they're not doing that. They're not doing that.
So,
it's these little guys that's going to talk like that. The guys that's been in the league for 7, 8 years, only had 14 starts. It's guys like that's going to talk like that. Dudes ain't trying to poke freaking Patrick Mahomes. Talking about. And then when they go to after you say stuff like that in the media, you have practice and you come back the next day, dudes is looking at you funny like.
why'd you say that?
You know what I mean? Don't ever say.
But I think that y'all
Not only that, though.
Look at up and down.
This is my thing, too, because it is a competitive league. So I'm not saying they shouldn't feel like that at all. You should feel like, man, hey, in the locker room right now, all these pass rush, he on a bum ankle, dog.
Yes.
And the O-line weak. We should be able to get out. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be thinking like that. But when you're playing a dude like Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and all the success they had, leave them alone. Keep that in-house. When you win a lot of football games, sometimes you tend to get laxed. And you waiting for things to wake you up.
That's true, too.
And when an opponent say stuff like this is waking them up now. Even the offensive line, that's how they feel. All right? Patrick Mahomes, hey, you heard what they said. Now you waking them up. Leave them alone, man.
You were in the quarterback room with Justin Herbert, but you played for Sean Payton. So you know the Broncos and Sean Payton very well. You know the Chargers organization. They paid you a lot of money. So who should the AFC fear more? Huge game tonight. We're all going to be watching. Broncos or the Chargers?
The Broncos, to me. And it's hard to say with the Chargers because of Justin Herbert and Harbaugh. I'm going to go with Sean Payton, though. He's a guy who has won a Super Bowl. I've seen it in person, live and in color, for 5 years. I was part of that 2009 Super Bowl champion team. And I just love what he does offensively. He's doing this with a rookie quarterback, mind you, in Bo Nix. Bo Nix, since week 7, they're 6-2, 15 passing touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, a 96 passer rating. To me, he's got Bo Nix rolling. So you look at the quarterback. Then you go, obviously, to the head coach. The pedigree, okay? Peyton has won a Super Bowl. Harbaugh's been to a Super Bowl. I'm going to take the Super Bowl winner. I understand Harbaugh's a great coach. Nothing bad against him. And then I'm going to go to the defense. Although both defenses are playing really well, I like what Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator, has done with Denver's defense. They're tied for first in scoring defense. They're first in sacks. They're second in defensive red zone touchdown percentage. So it's the bend, don't break. You look at all that. And I know a lot of times when you say fear, you're thinking quarterback. This is a much better team than just the rookie quarterback. For me, it's the Denver Broncos.
I like how you ended it. To me, I fear the Chargers more because of the quarterback. And it's exactly what you said. It's all about quarterbacks for me. I'm not going to fear a rookie quarterback because, like Shady alludes to in regards to Sam Darnold, having not seen him play well for a long time, a rookie quarterback could revert to being a rookie quarterback. at any point in time. If Bo Nix had a no-touchdown, 3-interception game, none of us would be surprised. Like, I mean, he's a rookie.
3
right?
picks last week.
Like, none of us would truly be surprised. So, for me, Justin Herbert, a quarterback who's shown the ability to throw for 35 passing touchdowns, 5,000 yards, at any point in time, Justin Herbert could become Justin Herbert. Like, at any point in time, he could become a 350-yard passer and throw for 3 touchdowns. I understand his receiving core both maligned and not all that talented. I get all that. But I really fear the team that can run the ball, that plays a brand of football differently.
Yeah.
When you run the ball, so much stuff we don't get to tell y'all on this show, but during the course of practice and offseason, when you're doing your installation, for the most part, your defense works versus 28 NFL offenses. Because the majority of NFL offenses run the same type of scheme.
Yeah.
They sit there in 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 1 back powers. They sit there in 12 personnel on occasion. They're getting 10 personnel. But the Chargers run a completely different style of offense, of which your 2 days of practice is hard to get ready for. Yeah. When you play the majority of teams, your 200 days of practice over the course of the offseason, they can all be utilized for that week. But the Chargers are kind of like playing Army or Navy or Georgia Tech in college football. It's a different style of offense of which all your days of practice are relatively useless, and only that week of practice is what matters. That's why I fear the Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers, though. Got to fair it down. First of all, for a couple different reasons. One is the head coach. Harbaugh ain't nothing to joke around with.
Yeah, that's real.
He's been a winner since he's been in college and the pros. And when you have a quarterback that's as good as Justin Herbert, you need sometimes a dog to go with you. And I think it's a perfect matchup with Justin Herbert and Harbaugh because Harbaugh is that type of dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it done no matter who I got on my team.
Yeah.
And you take the talent that Herbert has, right? So we want to run the ball, but if we need to throw it, we can throw it. Another thing is when you are a really, really good player and everybody knows that you're super talented, but you don't have the results and everybody always talks about it. And you can't wait to prove everybody wrong. What's the knock on Justin Herbert, fellas?
Playoff wins.
Playoff wins. And you freaking had a 30-something point lead and you lost that. And every time we talk about all your quarterbacks in your class, we talk about how they win and you don't.
35 to
that matters. And the second thing is defense, right? Good coach, good quarterback. What about the defense? Well, let's go to defense. Yeah. They're number 1 in scoring defense. Yes, that means they're only giving up 17 points a game. So if I'm in the AFC, I'm like, dang, forget the offense. Can we score? Yeah. Because we play the Chargers, they not letting nobody score. The second thing is red zone. Scoring points and in the red zone is 2 big things. Yep. Okay, they're number 1 in red zone defense. So they ball in the red zone. You're going to get 3. All I'm saying is they got a lot to worry about over there, the Chargers. If they get things clicking, they can be dangerous.
Yeah, that's a very simple answer for me, and it's the Chargers. The Denver Broncos have not beaten anybody with a winning record except the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they just got a winning record.
I signed the package.
So you are over here telling me to fear somebody that ain't beat a good football team.
The same Tampa team that just put up 40 on the
same Tampa team that put up 40 on them. They beat them when they was weak. All right, but you ain't beat nobody good. Your quarterback is not better than the quarterback on the Chargers. Your defense is not better than the Chargers defense. Your players on defense ain't better than the players on the Chargers defense. The Chargers have better players. They have better quarterback, and they have a better coach, in my humble opinion, in Harbaugh. This is his first year, and he's about to take this team to the playoffs, and arguably with 11 wins. Because if they win this game, they have 2 really easy games.
Raiders.
Wow.
Really. So 11 wins into the playoffs. I don't know if y'all know, but Sean Payton didn't do that last year with Russ.
That's real.
That was real bad.
That's
all right, so if you ask me who the better coach is, I'm taking Harbaugh. Could be argued. Sean Payton has done a lot of good things in this league, but I'm taking that. The better players, the better coach, and the better quarterback. That's what I'm taking. And you ain't beat nobody good in the Denver Broncos.
I love the Chargers, and to me, this was a very difficult question. But I go almost recency bias, right? Like, lately, this offense has not been putting up points. I understand they're playing well with defense, and they gave up a 40-burger to Baker Mayfield, which we know how you feel about him, right? And I think that it's going to be tough for them in the playoffs with their skilled players to score points. I know you win defense and run game, but eventually Justin Herbert's going to have to step up. He's going to have to get that first playoff win because, let's be real, they are, what's the record? 8-6 right now. If they go 11-6 and they lose in the first round, it's not a good season for them because I know what they expect over there. And if you're making it to the playoffs and you lose again in the first round, I just don't know if they have enough offensive firepower to win in the playoff scoring
I
points.
think that's one of the best seasons the Chargers had. First year under the head coach, you win 11 and go to the playoffs?
I'm just saying.
And you ain't never won
Lose
one?
in the first.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.